Shalom, family. You know what I think is quite sad? I think it's quite sad that you have Walmart's closing nationwide. And most of our people are more concerned with the fact that they've just lost their job, rightfully so. But they don't understand the true meaning behind all of this. Now, there's a lot of research and a lot of articles and news going forth that is saying or pointing to the fact that so many Walmarts have closed because they're converting them to Fema camps. I don't know how true that is, but I'm not surprised if it is true. With the current economic situation that we're in, is very quite possibly true. But the sad thing about that to me is our people are truly being destroyed for the lack of knowledge. You got people out here killing people for hair weave, but they don't know, they have no idea that some very horrific things are about to take place in this land, in this world. More concerned about fake hair sitting on top of their head than how they're going to feed their family in the coming days. You see, now, I believe it was Venezuela, that is a socialist area where the government was literally taking care of everybody, right? But they ran out of food. You hear me? They ran out of food. And it created such a panic stir in their environment that it was causing a lot of fear in people, right? Now, the same thing is going to be taking place around the world. And here in the U.S. too. We don't know the day nor the hour that this is going to take place. But most of our people are so caught up in superficial garbage and nonsense that we're not being prepared for that. Now, let me tell you something right now. Let me paint the scenario for you. Now, if a person is starving, what makes you think that they're going to let you and your family keep any food that you have stored in your house? If you have young women out here blowing people's brains out over hair weave. Now, if they're willing to kill for some hair that they don't need, how much more do you think this person is willing to do if they are hungry and they know that you have food and they don't, and they know that you have prepared and they didn't? Times are going to get so rough in this country. See, we're so busy looking at the TV and the news and news clips about it happening over here and over there. Oh, those poor people in Venezuela. Oh, those poor people in Egypt. Oh, those poor people in the UK. Those people in Ukraine and those people in Palestine. Don't you think and don't you realize that that's coming to a theater near you too? We are very close to some of these things happening, and we need to get our heads out of the sand and come back to reality. All of this hanging out and messing around and playing around we doing in La La Land, that needs to cease. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if we don't get ourselves together, we're going to be seeing a lot of our own people buried. We already know what's going to happen. The scripture was very, very clear on the coming days ahead. You see, a lot of us like to push it down the road. We already see some of this stuff unfolding. You need to do yourself a favor, do your family a favor, and start paying attention to what's going on in this world, because things are getting serious. Yes, we are supposed to occupy until he comes. We are supposed to do what we can now. Everything that we're doing in business, in which we've been trying to get some things stirred up on the side. What is it for? All of that is so that when things do go belly up, maybe we would have done enough to prepare so that some of us don't have to experience some of the turmoil and backlash that's coming. Because guess what? It is coming. We can sit back and pretend like it ain't going to happen all we want, but that's not going to stop the day of trouble from visiting many people real soon. Shalom, family.